So what I have here today is a 650-ton Union Pacific coaling bunker that was positioned at the Cheyenne, Wyoming Roundhouse and also at the Laramie, Wyoming Roundhouse. And it used to feed the Challenger and Big Boy engines as well as the others. But it was so large that in fact it was 7 tracks, as you can see. I've now modeled those 7 tracks. And the reason it was so large is because those engines took a lot of coal. And as you can see, here are some of the drawings of the original coaling tower at Cheyenne with the engines underneath them. I believe those are in fact a Challenger and a Big Boy. But they took about 25 tons of coal each time they filled up. So 650 tons didn't go a long ways. This took about, I'd say maybe 80, 90 hours to build and weather it to make it look old. And then I did a few extra things with it that made it stand out, such as you see those little lights right there. Those are on each ends and also underneath each of the bays. You can see the lights that are there, they're located. So we did some detail on that, and those lights are manufactured from a light emitting diode, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Here we go. Here comes the light emitting diode. So I took diodes and then I made the little shades that are on the top of them, painted those green as you can see, and then in fact put the light inside, put shrink tubing, and then wired them all together inside the bunker of the building itself. And the reason I did that is because I ran a bus bar and did multiple lights, setting them up in a parallel operation. So amazingly enough, I can power this whole thing with this little battery pack, which is 3 volts. And those 3 volts can light up all the lights that are up in the upper part of the machinery building. I have LEDs there. The LEDs that are down below, as I talked about, in each bay, and also the ones that are on the ends of the unit. I finished today building the little pulley mechanisms for the chutes, and in fact ran the cables for those with little sinkers, fishing sinkers that I used for the weights to pull the thing down. So they are operable, and they're not the best operable, but they in fact do go up and down, as you can see. I didn't put that much detail underneath, and the reason being is nobody's going to see that basically. But there's the engineering drawings of the actual 650-ton coal bunker with the underground mechanism that absorbed ash and also the cinders as they dumped them from the locomotives. And I tried to duplicate as many things as possible on that, particularly the chute arrangement with the weights. All right, so very carefully, I'm going to remove the lid off this thing. I'm going to show you the bus setup, the bus bar with all the wiring. So I ran 2 bus bars and then soldered all the LEDs down there and ran them through the bottoms of the bunker so you wouldn't see any of the wiring. And then, in fact, so the lid goes back on very nicely, as you can see. Then I decided to run the electrical connection out to the front so it's underneath that little box. So if I reach down right now and I remove that little box, you can see the electrical connections. And if you connect the power supply up there, that'll in fact light up all of the mechanism. So there we go, 650-ton coaling bunker. Unfortunately, I don't have any room on the layout for it. It takes too much space, and as you can see, it takes 7 tracks to do it. But we'll just put it away for some future date, or maybe we'll give it to some model railroad club or something like that. And I did have the box for about 20 years sitting underneath the layout, so I finally got around to building some of these things. Have a good day. Bye.